Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine Behind the Market. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, the 19th, and we are making it through the month. I can't believe the month has gone so fast. Unbelievable. Today, I want to talk pharmaceuticals, biotech. I didn't touch on this last week. I got a little bit busy. Things happened, but Eli Lilly crossed $1,000 a share. $1,000 a share, highest it has ever been, and it is on the strength of these Ozempic, GLP-1 weight loss drugs. And it really is amazing. We predicted when we released that report on the Ozempic, really, it was one of the most undiscovered opportunities of my investing lifetime when these companies started coming up with these GLP-1 drugs, Ozempic, et cetera. And it's like nobody knew about it. It was really a remarkable situation. And if you look at these companies, we recommend Lilly in 2023 in May at $434 a share, and it is now at over 1,000, and it looks to become the first trillion-dollar pharmaceutical company in history, all because of these weight loss drugs. It is really amazing. It's really a phenomenal thing. I think when you look back at some of my bigger calls in my life, we should add this to the list for those of you marketers who are watching this right now, because this is the one where it wasn't really any extra insight. It was because I was a fat kid growing up. And when I found out you could take a pill or a shot to lose all the weight, it was like, miracle. Anyway, today I also wanted to talk about the takeovers that are actually now happening in biotech. The biotech market has been depressed, gotten hammered since the election, since RFK came into office, and Trump reducing Obamacare subsidies means that there's less money going to these things. So there's a lot of headwinds against biotech this year, and we've done better than the sector, but it's been a painful year. It reminds me of 2018, really. It's just one of those years where you look at your model portfolio and you're like, ugh, it's just one of those years. It's raining in biotech. But the good news is that these cheap stocks, which we keep talking about with regularity here, not only have our attention, but they started to get the attention of some of the biggest big pharma companies on the planet. When you think about it, takeovers are starting to heat up right now. Just in the past few months, Johnson & Johnson bought Intracellular Therapies for about $14 billion. Merck, $10 billion acquisition of Verona Pharma. Santa Fe closed its $9.5 billion acquisition of Blueprint Takeover. Novartis, Avidity Biosciences. Pfizer is going to acquire weight loss, GLP-1 drugs. It goes on and on. What you're seeing here reminds me very much of what started to happen in 2018. 2018, the biotech sector got crushed. It was like painful. Oh my goodness. But at the end, what started happening is big pharma saw how cheap these little biotechs were. And you think to yourself, if you're a big pharmaceutical company, my God, this is a company that has a potential billion or $2 billion or $3 billion drug. We could buy right now, its stock gives it a market cap of about $1 billion. We can buy the whole thing and just milk this drug and just expand out this drug. Because remember, a lot of these little biotech guys, running a business is different than developing drugs. Developing drugs, it takes a scientist to do that. Selling drugs takes a business person, a big organization. So you have these big organizations buying these little tiny biotechs that really have great drugs because these big organizations really can sell them, really negotiate prices with insurers, can really distribute them globally, et cetera, et cetera. Two very different things, making drugs and selling drugs, inventing drugs and selling drugs. So we have in our Biotech Insider portfolio, like 5 drugs companies that are on everybody's takeover target list that look like they are next in line to be acquired, especially the ones that we've recommended. We have a couple small ones around GLP-1 drugs. You just see how this is starting to shake out. Remember, Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk dominate the weight loss business right now, the drugs for weight loss. So you have other companies like Pfizer and Merck and other companies looking around and saying to themselves, we're not going to let these guys carve up a $100 billion market without getting a piece of it ourselves. So they're starting to look to make bets all over themselves. That's what they're doing. That's why we have two very good takeover candidates in our model portfolio in the GLP-1 Ozempic kind of category, weight loss drug category. And we also have a few cancer drugs that are really high on the list. These stocks have gotten crushed. It's been painful for us. These companies and all these takeovers that I told you about today, these stocks fly 100, 200% that morning. And I'll tell you something, very few things feel as good as when you wake up in the morning and you see a stock that you have, you get an alert, it's up 200%. That's a great way to start a day. Anyway, I urge you to check out the BI model portfolio. Anyway, that's all I have. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.